The Sharks begin their 32nd season in the NHL in the Czech Republic, and it doesn't come out the way we would hope for. We'll break down this 4-1 loss. We'll break down what the Sharks need to do, especially on that power play. Coming up right now, this is Teal Town After Dark. Good evening, good evening if you're in the Czech Republic. Good afternoon and good early evening to everyone in North America and around Sharks territory. Welcome to Teal Town After Dark. It is October 7th, 2022. The Sharks are playing in the Czech Republic and lose 4-1 to the Nashville Predators in their season opener. We'll break that down and everything, but first, if you want to be part of the show, here's how you do it. Join the conversation in the chat along with us and the fellow Sharks fans on the YouTube page or the app. Of course, follow us on the social. Smash that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter for GIFs during the game. Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Reddit, Discord, and of course, the new one that we're hoping to get Dana on to help us out, TikTok. And find everything at tealtownusa.com. Of course, if you want to support the pod, you can always help us out with donations in the Super Chat or on Venmo at tealtownusa. And with that, welcome everyone. It is yours truly, Eric Hura, and I am joined by the lovely Dana Meyerson, who's got a new sweet setup. How are you? How was your summer?
I had a great summer.
She's showing off your audio just went out for a moment, but I see a ring on the finger, so. Oh yeah, she's taken everyone. Sorry, she is engaged, and let me check your audio now. You're married too. Yes, I cannot hear you, unfortunately, Dana. Something's going on with your mic. You were fine just a moment ago. Try it now. Yeah, your mic's still cutting out, my dear. Keep checking it. We'll go to the chat really quick while she checks it out. When I hear you, I'll let you know. Jesse Littlefield, good afternoon to you. That was not encouraging. Okay. Nor was it surprising from Mark Eisenberg. Abysm seems like a familiar result. So, Dana, how about now? Nope. No, I'm not catching you. Oh, the earpod. Make sure the settings on it or something. I don't know. You're completely out for some reason. I don't know why. I know you can hear me, but you can't get that going. So, we'll continue on. Marty T, the best year to ever to suck. Jeez. Felix enjoying the nice setup. Ian's giving you congrats. Maybe retry your AirPods. Maybe resync them up for sure. While we get that going, while we wait for Dana to get moving here, if you are new here, thanks for watching us. Hit that subscribe button down below. Of course, hit that notification bell, and that'll notify you when we do go on. As always,
can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. All right, hi Dana.
Okay, does the audio sound okay?
Yeah, you're good. You're good right now.
Okay, it's my AirPods mic. Anu warned me that mic would cause issues, but next time I'll be prepared. Sorry about that, guys. But hey, I can still hold it for dramatic effect.
There you go. All right. So you showed off the ring, so you're engaged and you're married. So sorry, everyone, but everything else, your summer was pretty good.
Yeah. We moved, got a whole new setup. More rooms to keep Margie out of.
Oh, fun.
but she'll make some appearances.
Oh yeah, she was trying to jump on beforehand now, and then quickly took off. So let's get at it, shall we? So the season opener, third time the Sharks have visited overseas to begin the year. Of course, 98 in Japan over a swimming pool. Stockholm, Sweden in 2010 when Logan Couture got the game winner there. And now this one. What did you think of the first period? I mean, it wasn't a great start. A minute two in, Kiefer Sherwood made it 1-0. I thought Reimer was okay in this game, but it just seemed like they got off to a bad start, or just unlucky bounce gets through. But it seems like we've been doing that every time. The first 5 minutes in. So.
Yeah, no, it's very on brand. I don't know. I thought maybe the first half of the second period, they looked okay. I mean, I feel like in the first period, though, I still had sort of the most like energy and like hope for the team, because like that Hertl goal, you'd think like if there's anything I'm sorry, I skipped ahead. I know,
no,
but
you're good.
If there's only like one thing to talk about for this game from a Sharks fan standpoint, so I might as well cut to the chase. But yeah, like you think if anything could like get a team going, like, one of, if not, or maybe probably not the most famous Czech player of all time. I think Yager's got that, but a really well-known Czech player in the league, getting to play NHL hockey for the first time in Czechia, like if that couldn't get the Sharks going, I don't know what would have.
Yeah, and that came off at the end of a power play when Johansson went off for slashing. Hertl gets it just a few seconds afterwards to tie it up, and boy, howdy, wasn't he psyched for that one. And you can tell he was trying to really push to get more offense between him and Timo Meier. They had a number of chances throughout the game.
Yeah. You know what? I have a joke I've been holding on to ever since they announced the international series and I signed up for this game.
Yes.
Hey, Eric, check out these Post-its.
Oh boy, I need a drum roll rim shot there. Oh boy. Okay, let's hear the Post-its. What do you got for me?
Yeah. So first of all, I'm gonna do an over/under for the whole season. How many Post-its will I accumulate? I'm putting the over/under at 70.5.
Oh.
So, yeah, no, I'm planning to go crazy this year. So I guess put in your bets, and I'll look back later and I guess record them. I don't know. Don't have a ton of Post-its.
Now is it 70.5?
Yeah.
For each game, or 70.5 for the whole season when you're on? That's the big catch.
Oh, sorry. No, not like by the end of the season. I mean, I don't know yet how many games I'm going to be on. Probably like 2 months or so. I don't know. Some games I would end up with 10, 12 Post-its last year, especially towards the end of the season. So yeah, 70.5. Put in your bets now.
Use that, I guess, with the Venmo. I don't know.
Oh, no, to be clear. Sorry, let me be clear. I don't do Post-its for games that I'm not doing Teal Town after dark.
Gotcha.
So yeah, this is across, I don't know how many games.
Gotcha. All right, so let's hear what you got for us on the Post-its.
Yeah, when Hertl scored, Anu said to me, "Dana, I don't think I've seen you this happy in 6 months, and that includes our wedding." So I was bouncing around. I was over the moon. I was like tearing up. I was shouting. Again, it was a great moment. It sucks that it was like literally the only moment to get excited over. But yeah, I mean, it's good to see that the good players are still the good players. Connor Bedard's gonna look great in teal. Y'all know from last season, I am not a tanker, I want to see at least something on the ice that I can enjoy watching. But I don't know. The tankers might have me this year. We'll see.
Gotcha. I already see some comments about Bedard in our super chat.
Second period, all I wrote was, I forgot Matt Nieto was still on this team. They mentioned his name. Oh, God bless him. They just mentioned his name. And I'm like, oh yeah, he's still here. Because there's just been so many new people coming in. Speaking of which, I said this in the Teal Town chat, but apparently my dad got to hang out with Luke Cunning's grandma today. apparently she moved to the same retirement home as my grandma, so they watched part of the game together. So now I'm like super gunning for Luke Cunnin. Oh, it rhymes. Um,
Gunning for Cunnin.
so yeah,
Got
we
it.
can always use some new help on the back end. Um, but yeah, I think, honestly, at the end of the day, I still enjoyed watching the game, even though, Sharks didn't play super well. I'm hopeful for the power play. I think, that's something where it's like that's kind of a goal for them to have for this season is like, even if they aren't amazing, like their power play has just been not great the last few years. And that's been confusing when, you look, well, they have a great penalty kill. I think if you can solidify both of those, then, then you'll hopefully be setting a good foundation for future seasons of doing better. So that's something I'm definitely keeping an eye on.
Definitely. I mean, it's nice to see that the Sharks did kill all 4 Nashville power plays, albeit one of them was for 4 seconds. So, so it doesn't help it, but very nice that they went that the Preds went 0 for 4. Not great that the Sharks went 0 for 4 themselves in this one. It's a tough one to
Yeah,
take.
I mean, we can, Hertl goal, power play influenced, if you will. I know that doesn't count, but it's something. Gotta hold on to something.
Yeah, I think this season, let's be honest, Dana, we'll be looking for any and little positives as much as possible. Might not be the greatest, but yeah, definitely we'll have to hope for the best. And of course, if there's anything that was that's been the Sharks' ammo the last few years, it's been a great penalty kill, and everybody going into it for sure. Fortunately, in the second period, Nashville would score twice. Tolvin, minute and a half in, and then Niederreiter to make it 3-1. That really put it away. To me, Dana, I mean, Nashville kind of shut the Sharks down after that, in my opinion.
Yeah, there was definitely just like a lack of energy from that point onward. Like you can definitely tell. I mean, it's like, yeah, you can say, oh, the Sharks are tired. They've been traveling a lot, time difference, but like same for Nashville. So, if anything, they're on even playing field. Yeah, I don't know. Where were Eklund and Bortolo? Are we going to talk about that?
Yeah.
Why are they not
That's
dressing?
I think they're extra help just in case. The Sharks can bring extra players on, obviously, in case there was an injury like today. That'd be a long stretch for them to bring up somebody from San Jose. So they have extra players. So they're technically the Sharks and the Predators aren't technically to be cap compliant. They do, however, on Tuesday with the players that they have on the roster as it is, need to be cap compliant by then. So that's why those two come into play. Yeah, I'm not sure. I want to say that they're just extras that are going to enjoy a nice free trip to Germany and Czechia. For sure. I'm not sure if they're going to come into the lineup. They're just going to be there just in case and then make waves with the Barracuda, to be quite honest.
Yeah, but why not dress them?
I
don't get it.
I don't understand. I know Eklund, played his limit to where they would use his first year of entry level eligibility. It could be something with that. It could be that they want to see more seasoning. I know David Quinn, said that they were happy with it. It's nothing about their performance. They just want a little bit more out of them. And with a lot of veterans as well, if they were going to keep the club, if they were going to keep Eklund and Bortolo up, they got to send one of the veterans down, and that would require them, being waived first, and they might lose them there, while Eklund and Bortolo can still go up and down between the CUDA and the Sharks. So that's where I think the unfortunate advantage will be with the youngsters, and the same thing can be said for Gushchin. So, it sucks because I think a lot of Sharks fans want to see them, and hey, guess what? You'll be seeing them in San Jose, just at Tech CU Arena. So get your AHL package ready, folks, for that one, which sucks because you know that they would be a more improved team if those two were on the squad.
Yeah, yeah, it's a bummer. It's hard because it's like, have they not? At least like Bordalo, like they burned a year of his contract last year. So if you didn't want him to, I mean, like I don't get it. I don't get it. And I know obviously that was technically under a different GM. I don't know. It just feels like management like just like can't make up their mind about a lot of things. Kind of like firing Bugner like weirdly late into the off season, even after the coach carousel had done its turn for the off season. Like I don't know what I guess I did understand why they burned year of Bordalo's contract because it's like, oh, okay, you don't want him and Eklund to be up in the same year because that's just like a lot of kind of moving parts to deal with in one year. But then like if you're not going to play them, like they brought in all these like vets this off season, which I and then bought out Balsers. I don't know. I don't know if this is a conversation for after dark or
no. You're good.
Like,
you're good. No,
just later. But
AJ's mentioned it before. We're like head scratching. So you're telling me that Balsers couldn't fit on this squad. Meanwhile, Balsers is I think at last check I heard he's gonna be playing with Barkov on one of the top two lines with Florida this season. So it's an interesting one. A head scratcher indeed as to why Balsers was let go. I wish I could tell you, but all I'll say is this: they're gonna suck hard for Bedard. Tank for the tank at the tank. I mean, it'd be great either way, but obviously to kind of tail back into the game, their offensive capabilities or creativity could have been used for sure.
Yeah, I think it says a lot that the only goal that was scored was when Hertl like fell over and he wasn't even like planning to be in that spot and it just kind of worked out. So that means that the Sharks had zero like goals that resulted from like actual, their actual plays, if that makes sense. Just kind of like, Tomas Hertl being a great hockey player, which he is, but yeah.
Ricky is mentioning, it's real simple. The Sharks want to lose. Cuda need to win. Send the winners to the Cuda. Okay. Tiger, thank you. No Balsers is already demoted in Florida, so we'll see how that goes. And Mark, Bedard season, of course. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the shot totals, the Sharks only had 18 shots the rest of the way, while Nashville had 15. Just in the second period alone. So it's yeah, I mean, so you definitely need some more offensive capability. Of course, it doesn't help that, I think what Hertl and Meyer each had to post each. So, hey.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Hertl hat trick, maybe. I don't know. Right? A girl can dream.
Hey. Hey, I can dream too. And of course, Tomas Hertl, this is the dream. With everything, it'd be great. It'd be great, especially for my fantasy hockey team, too, which would be nice.
They still have tomorrow.
They still have tomorrow. Hey, look at you being half full glass. Nice. Nice job, Dana. I appreciate that.
Oh, no, this is far less than half full, I promise.
Oh, no. She's got her, what is that, Bud Light Seltzer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Fight me, I like these.
Oh, hey, no, you do you. Hey, Brody had a White Claw the other day with AJ. So
no, I was going to say, AJ, come fight me. I'm having a hard seltzer on After Dark.
And
this isn't the first time. So
let's be honest here. It's game one. We're gonna need some. I may need to have some hard apple cider down the road for sure. At this point, like AJ just said, this is going to be a long season, y'all. Yes. So we're here with you no matter what, and trust me, the more people, the better. That's what #Teal together, people. So make sure if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell, let you know when we are on the air. Overall, what did you think of James Reimer tonight? Did you think he got hung out to dry?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the game just started on such a bad note. I think that kind of maybe shook him a little. He had a few pretty good stops. There was that one in the first period, which I was like, oh, okay, that looks good. Um, I thought he was just okay. It
Yeah, I mean,
wasn't his fault they lost, but I think maybe that first one.
that first one was a little shaky.
Yeah.
Defense didn't exactly help him out, and
Yeah.
I can
Yeah. I'm by no means a James Reimer hater. I am the biggest James Reimer apologist you will find. Like, I don't know if y'all remember back at the trade deadline last year, everyone being like, okay, where's James Reimer going to be traded? And I'm like, please no. And I got my wish.
right. We got Aiden Hill sent to Vegas, and he
Yeah,
gave
I
up
think
about
that was
Locals.
the right choice.
Most likely, most likely. But
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, I'm really excited to see Kakinen, I guess presumably tomorrow.
right,
And
right. So that's gonna be the big one. I think is how Kakinen gets into it. I would assume he starts tomorrow. It would be shocking if they went back and forth. Oh, jeez. Shoe shine. Come on. Poor.
Vintage Martin Jones. No,
Oh. I know it was within the first 5 minutes, but oh
it
man,
was 2 minutes. Two
yeah,
minutes.
yeah, or even 2 minutes, heck, a minute and a half. Like I just, so
Oh my
that's one.
goodness.
We're
I
getting
just saw that happen. I was just laughing.
yeah,
I was just like, okay.
we're getting some comments post game. AJ, thank you as always. He's been a big help getting these post game comments as we go on, and thank you, my friend, for gifting the game as well on our Teal Town Twitter. If you haven't, make sure you follow us there. From David Quinn, as the game went on, we got away from getting pucks to the net. Up until it was 3-1, I thought we were good. Once it was 3-1, there was a huge disparity. The last 25 minutes, they took it to us, and we got demoralized. That's concerning. Day one. Yeah.
Yeah. Demoralized. That's kind of a strong word to use by a coach for the first game.
Yeah.
But maybe he, just really wants to send a message. I don't know.
He can send a message, all right, and that one's got one in there.
Yeah.
I mean to
Just
beat.
like after one game.
Yeah, I mean,
Demoralized is a really strong word.
it just seems like, and he shouldn't be doing that. It's the first game of a new season. Yeah, you're down, but this team needs to be resilient, and it's shown in the past it can be. Prime example, that game that virtually knocked out Vegas in the end of the year, how they came back. I mean, they still had a chance at it. Yeah, it's not Vegas, but it is Nashville, and they're a pretty good team and with strong playoff aspirations. So, I think we mentioned this on our Twitter. I'm hoping I'm saying this name right. Ragnar the Blood Edge 17. What a name. I still believe that our team will be okay this season. Last time the Sharks played the Predators, they lost 8-0. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I think that's where we saw the gal in the stands just put her head down into the seat and just like, oh God, what in the world?
Oh gosh, and that was the announcer in the tank for that game was like some like local girl who was like, had like I can't remember her name, but she had worked really hard to like be the announcer and she got this first game and then it was the 0-8 loss. I think they let her do another one like just to be nice. If anyone remembers her name, let me know.
Her name is Amelia Schimmel. She's actually the going to be the PA announcer for the San Jose Barracuda this season at Texas Arena. Yep.
I'm glad.
Yeah. I know you meant game one, but Denver Doyle demoralized. LOL, not what you want to hear after game one. Yeah. So, not the greatest in the world to have, but this is one game, and I do not like the schedule for this team for the first 2.5 weeks. They have these 2 games here, and then they go home. They have the back-to-back with Carolina and Chicago, and then they go back out on the East Coast again. I have very big concerns about the jet lag. As one who went to to London in the summertime, yeah, that can hit you hard, and hopefully it doesn't hit the Sharks too hard as they get going into there. So,
Well, it's not really a Sharks season unless there's like a matinee game against the Islanders, like within the first 5 games. Like this always seems to happen, and they always look terrible. And again, just get it over with. I don't know what they love getting matinee games at the Islanders. First 5 games of the season.
yeah, it's usually like the Islanders or Devils. Let me see here. It's actually yes, for us. Well, I think you're in Central Time, so it's a 12 p.m. start for the Devils in New Jersey. And that's near the end of the road trip on the 22nd. The morning of the Barracuda home opener. So that'll be interesting there. And then they finish up on a back-to-back, of course, against Philly. So, yeah, brutal way to start the season from Chris JWS. Good to see you, bud. I had tea and crumpets every day in London. No, absolutely not. I had freaking fish and chips like the first 3 days there. And when they say when they say it's different over there, it's different over there. Oh, so it's too early about worrying about things being changed up for tomorrow. So we'll see on that for sure. But overall, this is very typical from last year, wasn't it, Dana?
Yeah. Well, one thing they did have a lot of games last year was kind of a sense of like, okay, we're still going to put all our effort in. And I feel like that kind of faded by the end of this game. Like I saw a lot of energy, at least in the first 2 periods. But like third, they just seem really disengaged. So I guess I can see where Quinn is coming from. But I feel like, again, like demoralized is just a really strong word to use after one game and kind of makes me worry like what was going on during the preseason. Because I mean, they did pretty good on as far as like, the score sheet. So,
Yeah.
yeah, like what could have happened that is like weighing on them emotionally. Like, I'll be thinking about it all week. I'll get back to you guys.
It's more like, is it jet lag? Is it kind of just gelling it all together? I mean, you had that split squad late in preseason, and yeah, they were 5-1 in preseason. PK looked fantastic. The power play was very, very, not great. So it's a tough one to see. I think Jasinski is coming in late here. Sharks don't have any offense. Why don't they try Eklund or Bordelot in the lineup? I have a feeling we're going to get this question a lot during the season. Indeed, and it's frustrating. And yeah, I would love for them to get a look tomorrow. I just don't see it happening. Ian, saying the repeated trips to the penalty box prevented them from gaining any momentum. Obviously, they did not see Zach Croft's Twitter message this morning to stay out of the penalty box. But hey, when they were in the penalty box, they killed it all, so that's good. And there's one positive we can take out of it.
But then that's 2 minutes where you are less likely to score a goal. So, it's like, okay, you killed it, but you just kind of took away 2 minutes where you would have had a bigger chance to score a goal. So,
yeah. And not exactly the greatest night all around. I'm seeing on, of course, plus minus is such a flippable thing, but to see Lindblom, LeBanc, and Couture at least a -2 on the night, not the greatest in the world. To see Vlasic play 20 minutes, which is up from him from last year. Ferraro 24 minutes, and Ferraro took that puck to the hand. Hopefully he's okay for tomorrow. It's like, don't hurt yourself already. It's only game 1, please. We need you, man. We don't even have Nidovara at the moment, so. So, all right. So I Yeah, it says, hey, Chris, you're right. Plus minus is the worst stat everyone still cites while saying it's a terrible site. The site, yep. Um, you're absolutely right. When it's such significant like that, that's where it becomes, man, it's rough. Mark saying there's no harm in having patience with Eklund and Boards. I like them as much as the next person, but I don't think they're quite at the level yet where they're the difference between a win and a loss.
Eh, I mean, I kind of disagree. Bordelot was the difference between a win and a loss in a very uh, well-known game last year. So,
I
but
see.
memaybe they don't want to win, you know?
Maybe that's part of the plan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah. Uh, oh, I mean, AJ saying on here. I mean, Greer said this season would be a step back to move forward. This is a transition year to change the culture and take a year off of a couple of contracts. Wink, wink.
But not a rebuild.
But
Can't say rebuild.
not a rebuild. So, all right. Well, with that, I mean, there aren't any. I mean, this is the only regular season game that's happening going on. So we'll keep this one short. The Sharks do play tomorrow morning, same time, 11 a.m. out here on the West Coast, 1 p.m. if you're in Dana's neighborhood, 2 p.m. over there, over in Inland. So it'll be interesting to see how things work out because that second line with Couture, LeBanc, and Lindblom, not the best going on, but you hope to see some more help from your second six, with Bonino and Lorentz and such. Gadjevich, got into a nice little tussle with Borowecki. I don't know. Nieto got a high sticking call and made the guy fall down. So, with that, any last words to close this one up?
Well, at least Hertl is in like a five-way tie for the lead of the Rocket Richard. Um, so, keep an eye on that, I guess. That's about it.
Hey, keeping it glass half full while your can gets half empty. I like it. So, yes. Oh, for the lines, for those being crazy about the lines, Hertl centered Cunnin and Meyer. Couture centered Lindblom and LeBanc. Bonino centered Gregor and Nieto. And Nico Sturman came back into the lineup to center Gadjevich and Lawrence. So there's your lines. There you go. So much for Harrington A. We will see you tomorrow. Yeah. As far as we know, no major changes at the moment. That could change in due time. So with that, in case you missed anything or you want to watch this again, check us out on tealtownusa.com or your favorite podcatcher, that's the better one. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, you can always listen to us on YouTube or watch us. Of course, hit that like, hit that sub, and hit that bell when you're checking us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and Odyssey. And, of course, always available at tealtownusa.com. So, with that, we will get on out of here, my friend. Your final thoughts on where the people can find you?
Gosh, I don't have final thoughts, but
okay,
I guess
then.
I will
Thank
just
you.
reiterate no. For those who missed it, I'm doing an over-under bet. Sorry, I don't do real betting, guys, so I might I might not be phrasing this all correctly, but I listen to enough podcasts that are constantly being promoted by betting sites, so I guess it got into my head. But for the whole Teal Town season of all the games I'm gonna do after dark, plus or minus, or sorry, over under 70.5 Post-its. So put in your bets. We'll write them down and we'll see where we land in April.
Gotcha. And how many did we get to today?
4.
All right.
But in my defense, there's usually more post-its. Like a lot of games last year, like kind of in the thick of the season, I had like 10 plus. So you never know. Some games are more eventful than others.
Absolutely. So she's at Dana Mai with an extra Y. I'm at PuckGuy14 on the Twitter and the Instagram. I believe it is Landy and Ian back with you tomorrow following Sharks and Predators Part 2 from Czechia. That'll, again, be at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then right back here on our YouTube channel. So for everyone here, including Dana, thanks for watching. And until tomorrow, keep it real, keep it teal, keep it real teal. Thank you very much, everyone. We will see you tomorrow.